What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. Hey, happy Friday. I have to start this video just by saying, let us all be thankful that we were given yet another day to be able to do the things that we love to do. Say hello to the people that we love in our families, our friends, and be able to make new connections like this boxing forum to talk about the things that we love to talk about every single day, right? Well, just to let you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you have been so awesome and contributing to our boxing forum. I put 2 last videos out talking about the fight between Inoue. There's so many different flavors of his name, so I don't even know. I was corrected by somebody and said that it was Inoue. And then somebody said, no, it's actually Inoue. But you know what? I'm just going to adopt Inoue. It just feels right. I don't know. Maybe some other people can correct me if I'm wrong again. But anyway, I put 2 videos out that's been getting so much traction, and a lot of people are talking about it. The fight between Inoue versus Casimero, Philippine boxer versus the monster, right? So in my first video, just to give you a highlight, I was leaning more towards Inoue because overall, he's just really showcased a lot of speed, a lot of skill. He's got the speed that kills, he's got the power, right? And then you have Casimero, Filipino boxer. He's kind of he's a shorter guy. He's 5'4". Inoue is 5'5". But he has proven to be very sneaky, and his style is, you know, kind of got that shoulder roll. He's got that defense. He's got the footwork that can be able to mimic the distance control, right? And he's a counter puncher. So you definitely cannot count Casimero out. And the more that you watch him, and I challenge you guys too, for the ones who think that Inoue is just gonna walk through Casimero, watch Casimero's fights and pay attention to the distance control. Pay attention to his ability to stay away and elude and, you know, dodge and weave. He's got really, really good head movement. And for someone who has really good head movement, it's very hard to connect with them. Now, I'm not saying that Inoue cannot connect with Casimero, because he will. He will be able to. This is a boxing match, okay? These are professional killers in the ring. So you have to give respect to both fighters. Both fighters are champions. They're not champions for just no reason, okay? But the thought that one of them is just gonna steamroll the other, I cannot think that way. These guys are really experienced boxers. They didn't just get out of bed and like, this is not like amateurs. These are professional boxers. So as much as you think, you know, Inoue's gonna come out and just put a ton of pressure on Casimero, don't you think that Casimero and his team, his camp, don't you think they already know that? That they're going to make sure that Casimero is going to be throwing a lot of feints and trying to lure in Inoue. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't really take much to lure in Inoue. For one, he's already known to take the fight directly to his opponents. He's going to be right in their faces and putting a lot of pressure on them already, moving forward. He's going to be doing a lot of feints also, okay? Because he's got fast feet as well. And honestly, his money shot for me is his counter left and his liver shot with his left hook. again, these are deadly, deadly shots. Now, the good thing about Casimero, again, is the fact that he knows how to control the distance. He's not afraid to move backwards. He's not afraid to dodge and move. And his head movement is not just like, it's not just small. It's a lot of moving, like so. I'm getting tired just doing that. But anyway, that's why I'm not a professional boxer. But Inoue definitely has his work cut out for him. Now, here's one thing that I wanted to talk about. Do not fall into the trap of looking at records, okay? Just because someone has a loss doesn't mean that they're less skilled. Let that digest for a second, okay? Roy Jones Jr. eventually lost. Bernard Hopkins lost. Manny Pacquiao lost. Many, many great fighters, they eventually lose. But it doesn't mean that they're less skilled. And that cliche, boxing saying, styles make fights. Of course it does. So these two styles are going to be clashing pretty soon. And we're going to see the high pressure, super speed, and power of Inoue go against Casimero, who is a very tricky and clever boxer. All right? He does have really, if you look at his footwork, he may be like, at times looks reckless, like throwing huge bombs like you would see Mike Tyson throw back in his heyday. If they connect, and Inoue is not indestructible. Obviously against Nonito, his orbital bone was I don't know if it was fractured or what, or he had some problems with that. He's definitely connectable. Okay, and all it takes is a feint in, back, and then his check hook. That's really all it takes. And you know what? Casimero has folded up some of his opponents that way, exactly that way. So you could definitely see or expect that Casimero is going to come out patient. He's going to be patient, making sure he doesn't make the early mistakes of going in and getting caught by a deadly left hook or a liver shot. So he's definitely going to make sure that he feels out Inoue. Now, I'm thinking when Inoue comes in, what Casimero should do is tie him up and then kind of like lean on him to get his legs out and tire up Inoue's legs. Once you tire out Inoue's legs, you're going to start slowing him down. Now, here's the question. Who has more stamina? See, I'll be the first to admit, I had seen this past weekend the fight between Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas. Now, on paper, I was just like, you know what, that fight snuck up on me. I didn't really do much research on it, and I was just trying to figure out, well, what do we know of Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas? And I quickly thought about it, and I was like, well, skill-wise, I'm going to go with Jesse Vargas. And usually the more skilled fighter wins the matches, right? That's my logic. Who's more skilled? I've always looked at Mikey Garcia as a fighter who was very scrappy, but very formidable. Like, he's out there, he's in your face. He doesn't really move much, but he's just like a robot. Not much personality, to be quite honest with you, and there doesn't seem to be much creativity in his game. But this guy wins. But regardless of that, I gave Jesse Vargas the pass. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he was just going to outbox Mikey Garcia and put a clinic for 12 rounds. I didn't think Jesse Vargas was going to be able to knock out Mikey Garcia anyway, because of look at his knockout percentage. Jesse Vargas is not really a knockout artist, but he is a slick boxer. Taller, 5'10", good reach. So right off, just on paper, I went with Jesse Vargas. But little did we know that Mikey Garcia was going to endure 4-5 rounds and then get a knockdown. And then after that, Jesse Vargas's legs were completely destroyed. He had no game whatsoever, and Mikey Garcia just took it over. Now, did he show us great boxing prowess necessarily? Not really. But he was right there, right in his face, and just walked down Jesse Vargas for the rest of the match. So he pretty much outlasted Jesse Vargas. So let's bring it back to Inoue and Casimero. Is that going to happen? Is one of the fighters just going to gas out? Who is the one that's going to be more formidable? Again, back to Jesse Vargas and Mikey Garcia. Jesse Vargas, to me, is a better boxer. He's got better skills. But Mikey Garcia was just the guy that just kept on pushing forward, just right in his face. As a matter of fact, this is what Mike Tyson was talking about when he made huge praise to Muhammad Ali. He said, you can never beat a man who just keeps coming at you, boom, boom, boom. Doesn't get tired and just keeps on, boom, just keeps on picking at you. Very, very hard to beat somebody like that. So who is like that? Is that Casimero or is that Inoue? Inoue. Is Inoue going to come out strong as he usually does? Come out strong. 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. Casimero just keeps on picking at him. Moving, weaving, dodging, leaning on him, tying him up, just getting physical with him, pushing him over to the ropes, banging his body. Is that what we're going to see? Because you cannot hurt someone that you cannot hit. Now, I'm not saying that Casimero is untouchable, because we've seen him take some punches as well. But he is known for his elusiveness. He is known for his elusiveness, for his head movement. Now, did I switch gears? Did I actually change over to Team Casimero? No, I still want Casimero to win because I want to see him overcome Inoue. And Casimero is the underdog. And for me, sentimentally and in my heart, I always usually go for the underdog. That's who I want to win. Now, I think Inoue, again, still, I'm going to stick with my original assessment, from the first video, that I still think that Inoue has the edge. Overall, I think he's just the more skilled overall package, overall fighter. But again, do not count out Casimero. But both of these fighters have the ability to catch one another and end the entire night. They have that power. And it's going to be the battle of the left hook, the counter left hook, and battle of the body shots in this fight. I love the comments that you guys, this fight is really starting to baste out there. There's a lot of buzz going on about this fight, a lot of highly spirited boxing fans out there. I can't wait for this fight. The more I think about it, the more I talk about it, and it's just an incredible, incredible matchup. And let's see, this is really good for the boxing world. I think everyone wants to see high caliber boxing, so definitely refreshing to see this enthusiasm about boxing for people other than Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. But this is really cool, people. So keep on chiming in. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. I love the comments. Please don't just throw like insults out there. I know I'm not a boxing, an expert, but who really knows boxing, out there? Even the professional analysts that you see on TV, even the boxing trainers and fighters themselves, they get it wrong. This is professional sports, man. We can break it down as much as we can, but let's have fun with it. Let's not just throw like insults out there. Let's spread positivity. This is all for the love of boxing, right? And I just look forward to interacting with everyone. So chime in, subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you like, and more importantly, give me a comment out there. Let me know what you're thinking, and let's exchange some boxing ideas, all right? Talk to you soon.